Okay, everybody, I'm probably on my way to Chelan. So the lesson today, Common Core, is F for functions, and we're going to be interpreting functions, and we're going to be talking, part 7 is to basically, we're going to graph linear functions. We'll interpret intercepts and slope. Okay, go ahead and write that down. FIF 7a, which stands for functions, interpret functions. 7a is to graph linear functions, interpret intercepts and slope. So the whole point, this word linear, you see the L-I-N-E. So if we're talking about linear functions, we're talking about straight lines. So all the lines we're going to talk about today.
Ariana Avila to the office. Ariana Avila to the office.
Never ceases to amaze me. We even get interrupted after school. Anyway, so let's talk about straight lines, linear. Okay, so example 1. Find the equation of line AB. So we know that the equation of line is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, that's rise over run, and b is the y-intercept. So let's take a look at a couple of things. So first of all, right here, that's my y-intercept. That's my b. So -1 is my y-intercept, and the slope, which is rise over run, slope, is rise over run. Let's figure out what it is. From point to point, we're going to go up. We're going to rise 1, 2, over 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So my slope has to be up 2 over 3. So the equation of this line is just going to be y equals 2/3 x minus 1. Okay, so equation line, the slope is 2/3 up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3. That's the m, or the slope. And this number here is the y-intercept, which we found is -1. Okay? Okay, example 2, let's just do the opposite. Let's actually graph this line. So the -3 is the y-intercept. That's where I like to start. So let's start at -3. So go down 1, 2, 3. Okay, never start on this line. This is the x-intercept. We want the y-intercept. Okay, so we go down to -3, and then our slope is a -1/2. So that's going to be down 1 over 2.
Ariana Avila, please come to the office. Ariana Avila, please come to the office.
Down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. So our line starts at -3 and goes down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Okay, and then we just have to go ahead and draw our line in. Probably need a ruler. Okay, to make it straight. Alright, here we go. I'll use my credit card. How's that, huh? Nice and straight. There we go. Example 3, same thing. In this case, though, we'll start with a slope of 3, but let's go to the point 2, 1. So over 1, 2, 1. Now, if we have a slope of 3, we can go ahead and go up 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. But we can go backwards 1, 2, 3 over 1. And 1, 2, 3 over 1. Now, it's kind of hard for us to really tell where that is. So what we can do is, instead of graphing this, it seems like it might be at 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, maybe -5. Sometimes we have to use an equation. So the equation we have, the equation of a line, go back up here, equation of a line, so our y equals mx plus b. So let's see if we can do this using the formula, since graphing's kind of difficult. So our equation of a line, y equals mx plus b. All right, I got that from right up there. So every point has an x and a y, and I have a slope of m. So what I'm going to do is I'll put my 2 in for the x of my equation. I'll put the 1 in for the y of my equation. I'll put the 3 in for the m, or the slope, and I actually will be able to find b. I think it's -5, but let's check it out, okay? So the 1 goes in for the y, the 3 goes in for the m, the 2 goes in for the x plus b. So I plug the 2 in for the x, the 1 in for the y, and the 3 in for the m. Okay, now I can simplify this and find b. 1 is equal to 6 plus b, 2 times 3, minus 6 minus 6, b is -5. Okay, so I was right. So let's write the equation. So the equation, the answer then is going to be y equals 3x minus 5. That's the equation of this line. Alright, example 4. So let's go and graph this. We've got a point at 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got a point at negative 1, 1, 2. Okay? Alright, I think I can get this from the graph. It looks to me like it's up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, so I can probably just use my credit card and draw that in. Okay. So if I need the equation of the line, I'm going to use my y equals mx plus b, because that's what the equation line is. But now we know what the m is. The slope is up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and we know what the y-intercept is. The b is going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of knew that before I even started. So my answer, you ready, is going to be y equals up 2 over 1, x plus 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my y-intercept, okay? Not bad. Alright, ready to turn the paper? There we go. Okay, example 5. Graph y equals 2. Well, we've learned that if you're going to graph y equals, it's going to be a horizontal line, okay? Because it really has a 0x. So we go up to 2, and we graph a line straight across at 2. Okay, that's the y equals 2. Now the reason this works, every one of these points, its y value is 2. This is the point at 1, 2. This point at 2, 2, 3, 2, but the y is always equal to 2. Now the slope of that is up 0 over 1, which is 0. Okay, 0 slope. The y-intercept has no y-intercept. Excuse me, I said that wrong. It has no x-intercept. The y-intercept, though, is at 2. Okay. Alright. How about x equals 5? I'll do that in a different color. I'll do that in red. So x equals negative 5 has to go through the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And x equals negative 5 is a vertical line. Any x equal equation is always a vertical line, and it's straight up and down. Okay. Now, yesterday we talked about the slope of that. We're talking about if you were ready to ski this thing, that'd be a very bad slope. So the slope of this one is undefined. It doesn't have a y-intercept at all. No y-intercept, because it just goes right here and never crosses there. Okay. Example 6. Well, what I'd like in example 6 is to get some y equals mx plus b. I like that, because then I can solve it. Y equals mx plus b. That's sloppy, sorry about that. So, what I need to do is solve for y. Okay, I need to solve for y, get y by itself. I need to go ahead and do a little bit of multiplying and adding and subtracting. So the first thing I'll do is I'll distribute, so I can get y by itself. So y plus 4 equals 2x plus 6. Minus 4, minus 4. Y equals a 2x plus 2. Right? Because I just went minus 4, minus 4. So I can graph this now. I can start at 2, because that's my y-intercept. So I go up to 1, 2. Now my slope. I like a fraction here. This is 2, but every number can be a fraction by, again, like 2 over 1, right? A fraction can be over 1. So my slope b start at 2, and then go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and so forth and so on. Use my credit card. Draw on the number. Okay. Okay, example 7. Almost done. So in example 7, I need to, once again, solve for y. So if I solve for y, get y by itself, I'm going to actually have to bring the x over. So the way I'm going to bring over the 2x, I'm going to subtract the 2x, so that'll cancel, right? Subtract the 2x. So that'll cancel, okay? So it's minus 2x, gets rid of the x. So I'll have a 3y equals. Now, do not subtract these. That's a 12 and that's 2x. Don't subtract these. That really is like a 12 minus 2x, or a negative 2x plus 12, either way. But don't subtract these. That's an x, that's a number. Do not subtract these terms. Divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3, because I need to get y by itself. So I get y equals 4. minus 2/3 x. Okay, now your slope is with the x. The slope is negative 2/3. Your y-intercept is 4. So let's go up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now it's a negative slope. So I'm going to go, instead of up, I'm going to go down 2, 1, 2, and over 1, 2, 3. Okay? Down 2, 1, 2, over 1, 2, 3. Okay? So my line is right there. Example 8. Almost done. So 2 different lines. Let me do 2 different colors. Oh, let's see. I'll put one in purple. Put that one in purple. And I'll put the other one in, how about blue? Okay, here's my 2 lines. Okay. So to do the purple line, I'm going to start at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go up 5. Oh, it's off the page. Well, let's go just the opposite. Then let's go back and down. Let's go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back 2. And that would still get me up 5 over 2. Okay, so I had to get the point behind it first to graph that in. So I couldn't go up 5 over 2, so I went down 5, back 2. It still works. Okay, there's my first line. Second line, it's not ready to go yet. It doesn't say y equals because I have to solve for y. So if I solve for y, let's divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. I'll get a y equals 5/2 x minus 2. Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. I look at this and I know something. I automatically know these 2 lines are parallel. They have to be parallel because they have the same slope, right? So if they have the same slope, I can do that. So let's start at negative 2. Okay, we'll go down to negative 2. And I'll go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 2. And they look parallel, and we know they're parallel because they have the same slope. Okay, so homework. Page 194, 2 through 7, 13 through 18, 24 through 27. And if you need graph paper, I have some in my bottom drawer of my desk up front. You can ask the substitute for some graph paper. Okay, so let's get busy.